For this video, I'd like to continue our discussion about adding and subtracting polynomials, but this time focusing specifically on subtracting polynomials. So let's just jump right into these problems. We've got two separate polynomials and we're subtracting one from the other. And the key to these problems is when you are subtracting, you need to distribute this negative because you're subtracting this entire expression here. So when we rewrite this, we have 2k cubed minus 7k squared plus 3k, and then we're subtracting minus 4k squared, so that's the same as adding 4k squared, and we're also subtracting 5k, so we have minus 5k. Now we want to combine like terms, so it looks like we've only got one cubic, we've got a couple square terms, and we've got two linear terms. So I've organized these by the underline method, but you can also use lettering if you want. So we'll just rewrite the cubic term because that's the only one. So we have 2k cubed. And then for the squared terms, we have minus 7k squared and plus 4k squared. So we have minus 7, and we're adding 4 to that, so that brings us to negative 3k squared. And for the linear terms, we have 3k minus 5k. So we have 3 and we're taking away 5. So that brings us to minus 2k. So this right here would be the final difference when subtracting this polynomial from the other. So let's do a few more examples. And just like the last one, we just need to remember we're going to distribute this negative sign. So you have 2k cubed plus 6k plus 1 minus 2k squared. But we're also subtracting positive 1, so minus 1. And with this one, the only like terms are these numbers here. Everything else there's only one of, and we're going to write it in standard form, so we got to write the highest power of k first, then the square term, then the linear term, and we have plus 1 minus 1, which is just 0. So this right here would be the final difference after the subtraction. And moving to the next one, again, we're going to distribute this negative to each of them. So we have 5p cubed minus p, and we have minus 7p squared minus 4p, and minus negative 3, which is the same as just adding 3. Now, again, the only like terms in this are the linear terms, so this one, and we got to write it in standard form, so highest power of p first, then we have the square term, and then minus p minus 4p would be minus 5p. And we just have this plus 3 at the end. And this will be our final answer here. Once we've subtracted this quadratic from this cubic, we end up with a cubic here.